In the name of God, always gracious, always merciful. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Great and grace and peace be upon all the prophets and their companions and people that are true. So in this video I will show you the visual miracle of Quran that you can count them with your eyes if you have enough knowledge about reading of Arabic and alphabet of Arabic, and you will face one of the biggest miracles of the Quran, or better I say one of the clearest of the miracles of Quran. This miracle according is to numbers. I don't mention the numbers that exist with hard counting with computers, and some of the sites have many mistakes about the numbers of the many things, about numbers of the many words. But in this video I will show you what that I even count with my eyes myself. So first you must know that in Quran is very hard to put many things that exist with code and numbers. Why? Because the man and the society that made Quran is very backward. He was a illiterate man, the prophet of us. He was a normal man. He was a poor. He was not a great poet or philosopher or many of that. The society and was for more than 140 years ago, and 400 years ago, I'm sorry. And the society was very desertful. They lived in desert, they lived in tribes, they had no law, they had no ruling and government. They were backward, they had no many people to read and write in their language. They had just poems as a hobby, but with no other artifact or handwork and hand art we don't have from that age and that area and that era. And all of that show that complete backward society exists. And from this society is even making a book is very strange. And another thing is strange about this, but I mentioned the just numbers. Another thing that you must know, the number of the Quran completed in 23 years, during many wars, many happenings, many accidents, many marriages, many battles, and many other things. 23 years, a 40-year-old man with his companions and friends try to show the miracle and the revelation of God, and 23 years. And you must know that the Quran have many responses. Why and how? Responses mean that someone came and have question, or someone attacked Muslims, or someone died, or someone betrayed, or someone eat a food or awake. Many surahs and many chapters, and better I say many verses in Quran exist just to respond them during that time. After that, Quran become a complete structure, and you can read it without knowing what happened during that time. And this is also another miracle, and I don't discuss about it. But you start. I have two numbers to show you. First number is 12. We have in the Holy Quran, Surah Tawbah, or chapter 9, verse or ayah 36. Indeed, the numbers of the months for God from the day that heavens and the earth created in the book for God is 12. It is a crystal clear reference to the number of months in Quran. So, how many words in Arabic we have for months? In plural, we have ashhur or shuhur. In two, the number of couple, we have shahrain. And in number of months, exact name of months is shahr, al-shahr. We have 6 times use shuhur, 6 times use ashhur, 1 time use shuhur, and 2 times use shahrain. But just listen, exact number, you can even Google it or read it in some sites, but I mentioned the number exactly. 12 times the number or word of the shahr is used in Quran. I say for you, the chapter 12 or the Surah Baqarah in verse or ayat 185, it's used 2 times. In 194, it used 2 times. In 217, it used 1 time. In Surah or chapter 5, in verse 2, used 1 time. In Surah or chapter 5, it used in verse 97 used 1 time. In Surah or chapter 9 verse 36 used 1 time. In Surah 34 in verse 12 used 2 times. In Surah 46 in verse 15 used 1 time. And in Surah 97 in verse 3 used 1 time. It's hard, but maybe it's just one thing that memorized or just accident. But when 1 time, you can say accident or hard, genius things that came from Prophet. But no, we have more sophisticated things that you can count it. In Surah Mudassir or chapter 74 in verse or ayah 30, you can read alayha tis'ata ashar. It means on it 19. This is complete reference to the number of 19 in Quran. Totally, it's referenced to 19, and 19 is a prime number. It's a number that just can divide in 1 or itself. So it's complete clear if there's something that used to divide to 19 and it's crystal clear we have them. I mentioned some of them to understand and make you understand. First surah that came in Quran and Quran is revealed to the Prophet is the Surah Alaq, the first surah that not in order of the surahs in Quran or chapters in Quran, but in the order that exists from the timeline. So this is the timeline. In first surah we have 19 verses first, and the chapters of Quran are exactly 114, and the last chapter of Quran, Surah Nas, chapter Nas, have just 6 ayah or verses, and 114 divided by 19 equals 6. Maybe just accident. Another thing, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim is a phrase of the theology, is a beginning phrase of the all chapters. 99% of the chapters of the Quran begin by this phrase, and this is a big compliment. If you can see the meaning, exact meaning through the literature and the interpretation of the literature, you can see many things about this word that majority of Muslims even don't know. First, Allah means God in the simple meaning, but in the literature interpretation have this hard meaning. That hard meaning is about the deity that is known to be unknown. This is the complete crystal clear reference to the substance of God in the Islamic theology and Islamic philosophy and Islamic interpretation of Quran. It's a substance. After that we have Ar-Rahman. Ar-Rahman came from the structure of fa'alan in Arabic and from the root of the rahm, means mercy, means gracious, not the Clistar translated and complete translate, but the very clear and assimilate and near word. In this word we have fa'alan. Fa'alan means a structure that used for the showing is something is very high in quantity. For example, we have atshan, from atash, from thirsty, and atshan in fa'alan with a structure fa'alan means very thirsty. And ar-Rahman is exactly very gracious and very merciful. And God is very merciful. In Islamic theology, we refer to features of God as the first features, and the layer one features is from the mercy. And Islamic theology says how and why God creates, because of His mercy, His love, His like. So because of mercy of God, it exists. After that, we have layer 2 of the theology and features of God. Ar-Rahim. Ar-Rahim came from root of rahma and the structure of fa'il. Fa'il is the word structure that used for words that have meaning of always, in the all time. For example, Sa'id. Sa'ad means Sa'ad means very happy, and Sa'id means always happy or always in pleasure. Ar-Rahim means always merciful. In the Islamic theology, we have the Ar-Rahman that showed the mercy for the all creatures, and the Rahim is just for the believers or humans, just exist. And this is the layer 2 of the features of God. So it is not a simple phrase, it's not a random phrase, it's just a very clear, strong phrase to show theology, and you can learn it from the interpretations of Quran in Arabic literature that is used in and is studied in 100 and more than 100 years. So this phrase exactly you can ask even from the DeepSeek, ChatGPT, Claude, Google sites, all of them. This phrase have 19 letters or 19 alphabets. Exactly 19. Maybe just coincidence. Another mention. Since in Surah Shams or chapter Shams, we have 19 use of sound of ha. We have 2 type of ha in Arabic. Ha, strong ha, and normal ha. 2 different alphabets in Arabic. But in the Surah Shams, just used exactly 19 times. The sound of ha, the both of them. One another miracle that I must mention is from the Surah Qaf, the surah that named after one alphabet Qaf. Qaf wal Qur'an al-Majid. This is the first ayat or verse that used and started in the surah. Qaf wal Qur'an al-Majid is a clear reference to the Quran and the use of the letter of Qaf or alphabet of Qaf. And if you can ask it from AI, you can ask, or just can count it in some minutes. This is not a very long chapter, not a very long surah. You can just count it, count the number of alphabet Qaf that exists and used in Quran. Now in Quran, in chapter Qaf or Surah Qaf, exactly 57. You must count the number of Qaf in the tashdid, the particle that used like that, 2 times, because in Arabic literature you must count it 2 times, and you count it in this whole surah, and it is 47, and 47 divided on 3, it means 12. in space 19, I'm sorry. And maybe it's just another accident, and many other things exist for 19, but I don't mention them. Some of them are wrong, and some of them are just things that exist in computers. But the numbers that I showed you, the numbers are that useful, and you can use it, and you can understand it and read it, and you see with your eyes if you have enough knowledge about Arabic and Quran. And this is the complete clear miracle and proof for Quran. So after all of that years, or after all of that revelations and many other revelations that existed in 23 years, is it a coincidence or incident? This is an incident. And if you want to upload, myself upload some other miracles from Quran, just please give me a thumbs up and comment what you want and what you have comment for me, and share this video to your friends to make them understand and make them more knowledge for them, and subscribe if you like the channel. Peace be upon all of you. Assalamu alaikum.